A river that has flowed for over 6,000 years is disappearing, and someone wrote exactly this would happen. In 500 BC, this isn't a theory. This is satellite data, ancient text, and today's headlines, all pointing at the same thing. I want to be upfront with you. I'm not a pastor. I'm not here to convert you. I went down a research rabbit hole, cross-referencing ancient prophecies with NASA, water data, UN reports, and military maps, and what I found was too striking not to share. Whether you're a believer, a skeptic, or just someone who finds history fascinating, stay with me for 5 minutes, because 5 ancient prophecies are lining up with current events in ways that are genuinely hard to dismiss. Let's start with the one that stopped me cold. Revelation 16:12, written roughly 2,000 years ago, says this: "The sixth angel poured out his bowl on the great river, Euphrates, and its water was dried up." Now, here's what NASA reported. The Euphrates and Tigris River basins lost 117 million acre-feet of water between 2003 and 2010 alone, one of the fastest rates of freshwater loss ever recorded. Iraqi officials have warned the Euphrates could be functionally dry by 2040. Coincidence? You tell me. This next one is arguably the most documented prophetic fulfillment in modern history. Ezekiel 37-21, written around 570 BC, "I will take the Israelites out of the nations where they have gone. I will gather them from all around and bring them back into their own land." Isaiah 11:12 echoes it, describing God assembling the dispersed of Judah from the 4 corners of the earth. For nearly 2,000 years, the Jewish people existed without a homeland. Then, on May 14, 1948, Israel declared statehood, a nation reconstituted after 2 millennia of exile. Theologians, historians, and even secular scholars call this one of the most extraordinary national restorations in recorded history. The text described it, then it happened. Next comes Jerusalem, a burdensome stone for all nations. Zechariah 12:banding written approximately 520 BC, describes Jerusalem as an immovable rock or a burdensome stone for all nations. "I'm going to make Jerusalem a cup that sends all the surrounding peoples reeling. I will make Jerusalem an immovable rock for all the nations. All who try to move it will injure themselves." Think about that framing, a city that injures everyone who tries to resolve it. Jerusalem has been debated at the United Nations more than any other city on earth. Every US president for 50 years has tried to broker a peace deal around it. Everyone has failed. The EU, the Arab League, the UN, all have frameworks. None have held. A burdensome stone, written 5 centuries before Christ, describing the geopolitical reality of 2026, the prophecy of Persia, Iran, in a coalition against Israel. Ezekiel 38 describes a future military coalition that comes against Israel, naming Persia, which is modern-day Iran. Today, Iran funds and arms networks effectively encircling Israel on every front. Iran's supreme leader has called for Israel's elimination, not metaphorically, but as stated national policy. More concretely, Iran funds and arms Hezbollah in Lebanon, Hamas in Gaza, Houthi forces in Yemen, and Shia militias in Iraq, effectively encircling Israel on every front. The geographic picture Ezekiel painted, a coalition closing in from multiple directions, matches today's map with unsettling precision. Finally, this one often gets overlooked, but it's the prophecy that frames all the others. Daniel 12:4 says many will go here and there to increase knowledge. The context is the end times. The marker is a world of unprecedented movement and information access. In 1900, people traveled a few miles. Today, 4 billion fly annually, and the sum of human knowledge fits in your pocket. The rate of information doubling once measured in centuries now happens in hours, whether or not we're at the end. Daniel described a world that looks exactly like this, on which we live in right now. Now, here's what most people won't tell you, and I think you deserve to hear it. Every generation since the 1st century has looked at their headlines and seen these same prophecies. Christians in the Roman Empire, medieval scholars during the Black Death, preachers in both world wars, Cold War theologians with their fingers on the nuclear button. Each time, confident voices said, "This is it. The end is here." Most were wrong. So what do we do with that? It means we hold this seriously but humbly. The texts are ancient and real. The parallels are striking, but certainty about timing has always been the place where prophecy watchers have stumbled. What I can say is this: whether or not we're at the end, these words were written thousands of years ago, and they describe the world we are living in right now, that is worth sitting with. 5 prophecies, 5 ancient texts, 5 things happening on your news feed right now. I want to know what you think. Are we watching history rhyme, or are we watching something more? Drop your answer in the comments. The conversation down there is always better than the video. If this made you think, share it with one person. Not to argue, just to ask them, what do you think? And if you want to go deeper, the next video covers the Gog and Magog prophecy specifically, and the Russian-Iranian military relationship that has scholars watching closely. Subscribe so you don't miss it. I'll see you there. What do you think? Are we watching history rhyme, or something more?